Bam, we're live.
Something.
What?
I was gonna ask you something. I've got my dogs in the garage and they're a little restless. So if I'm
Let me see.
bit
Hold on a
distracted,
second. Policies.
I'm trying to not
dog-friendly environment.
Yes.
For dogs over 30 pounds. Oh, how much does your dog weigh?
Well, I've got 3. So I got one who's 35 pounds.
Limit
one
2
who's
dogs
about
per
20.
guest. Sorry, Adrian.
And the big dog, he's 60 plus. And I weighed him last night. He was 62 pounds. And he's 6 months old, so he's gonna be big.
Ooh. Hey, how'd you end up with 3 dogs? Last time we were friends, you only had 1 dog.
Yeah, no, we had 2.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we had. So this
in O-Town, you had 2 dogs.
Yeah, so that's Tuxedo. We got him in 2015 at the regionals. Actually, we got him from the shelter in Encinitas when we were at Del Mar.
Was that the trade-off? The wife's like, "Hey, I'll go with you, but we have to stop at the shelter and get a dog."
No, her godmother lives down there, and her godmother was looking for a new dog, and Kim went with her, and that was the huge mistake, because all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're both getting dogs.
Yeah.
Anyway, hold on one second.
After my last, I had 3 Great Danes, and after my last one died, I started going to the shelter once a week. Or maybe it was once a month. I can't remember, but probably once a month. And I did that for 12 months in a row. And Haley would always wait in the car. She wouldn't go in. And then finally on the 12th month, she went in the car. And guess what? She didn't wait in the car. We went inside. We got a dog. He died.
Yeah,
he died a couple months ago.
It's kind of how we got the 3rd one too.
You just walked in together, and you guys couldn't leave without getting one.
No, it was the other way around. My wife was looking at the Instagram page of a foster place in town.
Oh shit.
And next thing you know, it's like, oh, look at this guy. And then, hey, you should go look at this guy. And then I guess he's coming home. So.
Influence. You were influenced by an influencer, a dog,
yes.
Poor dog influencer.
Correct.
Judy, you're brave, Sevi. I'd end up adopting a dog each trip. The thing is like, as much as I claim I wear the pants in the family, I do not think I could bring a dog home without. I don't think I could weather that storm.
Wait, do you guys still have that Borble?
We do. Yeah. Parmesh died a couple months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
dude.
Haley's aren't. We were driving. We were on a road trip from LA. Not a taxidermy, $1.99. Adrian, I enjoy your very not random show with Pat.
Thank you.
Back to dying.
What?
Dogs.
Hey, man, I'm sorry about Meshi. But he had to have been doing something right. That dog. Wait, he's like 27.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Oh, we were driving up from LA. He was in Haley's hands. We knew I can't believe he lasted as long as he did. And 30 minutes into a 7-hour drive, he died in her arms.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a weird 7-hour drive.
That. Yeah.
I wanted to toss him off on the side of the road. The kids were like having nothing to do.
Oh, my God.
Nothing. I'm like, soon as we're 100% sure he's dead, 4 hours into the trip, I'm like, let's put him outside. They're like, no.
I'm going to pull over, take a pee. We're going to drop the dog here.
Yeah.
No.
You ever buried a dog, Adrian?
No, we put our other dog down, and we did it like in home. That was 2021. No,
gather around and hold the dog and cry, and someone injects it with poison.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
But we didn't bury it. They took it and I think cremated her.
Well, this one we got home and we just had a dead, like it had gone through all the stages of death. It was in rigor mortis.
Yeah.
So I jump out. The last thing I want to do is fucking dig a hole. I've been in the car for 7 hours. I barely cried the whole drive. I was mostly laughing and cracking jokes. Then I started digging the hole and I started crying so hard that I was sobbing and I couldn't snot. I was like Dan Bailey, snot coming out my nose. My eyes swelled shut. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Kids are like screaming, this can't be real. I'm like, dude, you're 7. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
then I put him in the
what
hole.
Exactly is real when you're 7, you know?
Yeah. I put him in, I dug this deep ass, he's a 14-pound dog and I dig this deep ass hole. But because he's in rigor mortis and he has to go in like this, it's like not deep enough. Like his paw is still going to like stick out. I'm like, fuck. So I have to fold his rigor mortis shit down. And then I filled it in with dirt and I put like a stepping stone on him on top of the dirt. So like one of the other dogs wouldn't dig him out.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, sorry to hear about that, man. That's too bad. But like I said, I mean, I feel like Paramesh was
It was a
around
good
for
life.
as long as I've known you, and I met you in when 2006, something like that.
Yeah, we've always had it.
So,
Yep.
I mean,
And
man,
that dog
dog-
slept in the bed every night, so my wife still has phantom dog
Mhm.
experiences. You know that? You know what I'm talking? Like she
Yeah,
thinks the
yeah.
dog's in bed. I'm like, no, he's dead. I did the behind the scenes for the first time, and I think it's since
Congrats.
2017. Yeah. So I didn't
Yeah,
do it
man.
in 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then I didn't do it for 5 years. and I got
2020, the whole competition was behind the scenes.
Yeah. God, you know, someone sent me a clip of a behind the scenes where Matt Chan was there. And I asked,
Oh, yeah.
and he had just hurt himself and almost died. I think it was after his bike accident.
Yep.
And I asked him, hey, so are you healthy enough to bone? I'm like, what was I thinking asking that question? I'm
Yeah,
fucking
totally not like you at
that's
all.
Well, I was gonna say, dude,
that's
you're way
completely
past that
inappropriate.
now.
See how
I'm
much
like-
he's grown?
I felt so uncomfortable. I'm like, what was I thinking?
A wiser, more mature behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
It made me think that what people got this. I didn't ask anyone if they boned this year.
Hmm.
Makes me think that maybe people aren't going to get what they want.
You don't remember episode 7?
Oh,
Come on, have a little faith in your audience, man. If that's the only thing bringing them in, then you know.
So you did a there's a line in there that's pretty damn funny, and I say to you, how long have you been at the games?
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. I watched the 2 videos that you sent me. They're great. I gotta say, I really appreciate how you got so many people at the outset talking about the level 1. I think that's so cool and really cool of you to do. So that's great, man. And I also wanted to ask you, is like, dude, you signing up for the Open? Is that time?
I am gonna be on. I will be doing them illegally.
Oh, you're not gonna pay the $20?
No, I'm gonna pay the $20, but.
Oh.
I probably would not fit under the drug policy. I will be taking. I just ordered a year's supply of CA peptides.
Got it.
I will be on peptides, and as of 2022, you saw it. So no one should fucking think about comparing their numbers to me.
We're gonna be
unfair.
on you like a hawk, dude.
It would be totally unfair to you.
I'm gonna get Curtis to send a drug testing squad to your house right now.
I will be. Oh my god, I would be so fucking flattered if that happened. I would pay for that. Could I pay for that? They should be like, hey, if you want to be drug tested.
No, but for real, don't duck the question. Is it? How many
I'm doing
times have
it.
you? I know
Yeah.
you're doing it. How many times have you signed up and you? I guess I could look it up, but like, how many times have you been on the leaderboard?
I can't ever. Once, twice. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I got a freaking dog fight happening right behind me.
I like it.
Okay, well, that's cool.
I asked. I think I probably sent out 100. By the way, text messages to people said, "Hey, will you tell me about the level 1? Tell me if you think it's good or not. Tell me if people should take it or not." And I'd say 80 people responded.
Man, that's awesome.
And every show will be a little bit different. And the reason why I did that, it's okay. You can't test for peptides. Oh shit! All right, there you go.
I think the roadcaster is making a weird noise too.
Oh, mine. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm almost certain my.
No, I thought it was, but you muted yourself, and I still heard it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, the dogs don't even matter at all, Adrian. This is such an. Oh, I like it. Even it could even be. I saw some teeth.
Nice.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get.
they're savages. They're just deathmatch right now.
SPCA is gonna come to Adrian's house. He lives in Tennessee. Dogfighting is okay, people.
Bring back Mike Vick.
Yeah, cockfighting and dogfighting are still legal.
We're in one of them free states, you know.
Yes. No, I don't know.
Oh boy.
And so many people have responded that every single one of those is going to be different. And the reason why I did that, one, I've always believed in that, and that's been my big push. But also, I want to provide. I wanted to do something that was true to what I believed in, but I wanted to provide more than what I said I was going to provide. And I said I was going to provide the content that's going to be the most viewed, best content of 2023 anywhere in the CrossFit space. I really do believe that. But then on top of that, I'm like, okay, not only that, I'm going to fucking use that to promote the open and the level 1 so that people at HQ will be like, oh, we made a good decision. I always want people to think, oh, we got more from him than he got from us. And I get in a fucking, I'm telling you, this thing is murdering, dude, right now.
That's great.
And so I want to make sure that CrossFit feels like, oh shit, this is like, so I wanted to put on a little bit of a media clinic, and I feel like I'm doing it. I'm high as a kite.
Yeah, very cool, man. Well, I think both those things are awesome. So hey, man, props if people still say that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they do.
Getting back to your question or a comment about the line in there about me giving Dave just a little dig. Yeah, that's a real fun. It's a real fun thing to point out to Dave. He loves it every time I bring it up that we are now tied as far as how many games we've worked. And what's even more fun to bring up with him is that I've got the streak. You know, he's got a bit of a gap now.
Yeah. Hey, it would have been.
I got a streak. He's starting over. He's on year 1 if you start to count over again. Yeah.
What's the guy's name? CJ. I think CJ has a 17. And I don't know if Nicole Carroll has 17.
CJ Martin, yeah, I believe that for sure.
And I don't know if Nicole Carroll has 17, but then for sure you would be 16 consecutive. It would be you and just a handful of people, like you were saying. Maybe like who'd you say in there? Jenny Orr,
Johnny Mac for sure, Jenny Orr for sure. There's a group of us. We took a picture at the end. I can go back and look, but yeah, it's a small number at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you what was that like for you? It's kind of cool historically, and I think it's gonna, because now I'm going back and looking at some old behind the scenes footage that I keep seeing pop up on Instagram or little clips on YouTube, and I'm like, wow, I'm even more happy than I've ever been that I made these behind the scenes, because it's such a cool historical kind of yearbook record. But what was it like for you to huge heyday with Dave, 2018, then every year, then there was some difference. I don't want to say it's bad, but 19 was different, 20 was different, 21 was different, 22 was different. And now back to 23 is like kind of like dipping back to 2018. Tell me why you're enjoying. Put a good spin on it for me, even if you have to lie to, like, wow, this is really exciting. I look forward to waking up every morning because I have no fucking idea.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm at least not consciously. You know what I mean?
Was it? Part of me was like, fuck, Adrian must be like. On one hand, you're like, fuck, we were just getting settled in. It was me and Berg. But then another party must be like, oh, cool, my buddy's back, Dave. It's like at the lunchroom, and we start food fights together. So this is kind of cool that he's back too.
Yeah, the hardest thing about it was the timing. I mean, dude, Dave and I have worked together forever. I consider Dave a friend. We've always worked well together. We can clash heads well. We can agree well. We can run the full gamut. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing new. Honestly, the hardest thing about this year with Dave coming back was the timing, because it happened I think it was 5 weeks before the games. So trying to bring him up to speed on everything that we had planned, and then also receiving his input, and then trying to adjust based on that input where we could and where it made sense. That was a challenge, just because there was like no time, But as far as like Dave's back in the mix, dude, I mean, yes, of course I am excited about that. And was excited about that. It's always nice to have that. As far as like the last 5 years, dude, I mean, I don't think anybody, no matter how close you are to this kind of internal landscape, or if you're just somebody who's a fan or an observer, I mean, dude, it's no secret the last 5 years have been a roller coaster, to say the least. I think for everybody. And so, like, to me, I think it really just comes down to, I still believe in the thing, and the entity that it has the name CrossFit on it has gone through a lot of changes, but I think the thing itself is still pretty true to what it has been. There's some window dressing around it, and there's some loud voices that want to tell you how different it is, but at the end of the day, I'm
specifically, you're talking about CrossFit Inc. as a whole, or the games, or the methodology. When you say
all three of those things.
All three,
I would say the methodology, I think, is still the same as it's always been. It's more visible now, and so there's people that kind of take it in some directions that you're like, okay, cool, I guess maybe you're missing the central ideas here a little bit, but like, fine. That's what happens when things become more mainstream. That's just part of the deal. The
And
games.
there's a group of us that are getting older. I got to throw this
sure.
in there as much as people make fun of it and it's a joke, but like intensity is not my friend anymore.
Or
Like
at
I
least
have,
not in
like
the
I
same
have
way,
to be,
right?
I have to be
Yeah,
very
I'm
careful
right there with you.
because I can push so hard that I hurt myself every workout. When I was younger, I couldn't do that. I could push as hard as I wanted, and the machine would break, and then it would get back up. Now it breaks, and it's like, so we're also there's an evolution in some of us. There's an evolution because in it, just a positive evolution, because just many of us who started in our 20s or 30s are now 50 and 60.
Oh, I completely agree. And I think like on a personal level, man, I mean, I think I've got like 2 genuinely hard efforts annually at this point. You know what I mean? Where you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I get it.
I really uncorked it and I really went for it. It's like I got like 2 of those,
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, it's like you just have to kind of let it find you. You don't have to go looking for it.
That Burns got it.
Yeah.
I love intensity.
Yeah, relative, but relative used to mean also be different then than it is now. I like what Sleeky's saying. 100% Sevan. I still love CrossFit, but my body doesn't love to do it the way I used to do it in 09. Yeah,
for sure.
But I still want to be a CrossFitter, and I still want to get included. I don't want Andrew Hiller telling me because I didn't do it for time that I'm out. But I also understand his sentiment. He's like,
I'm ignorant as to his point of view.
He just said the 3 things, kind of similar to some things that Davis said, like, hey, CrossFit, you have to make yourself vulnerable. There has to be a clock. And there was like one other component. And it's like, yes, sometimes I don't do it with the clock, but I understand your sentiment that it needs a clock, but like, I'm scared.
Yeah, cool. I don't know. I find a lot of conversations around this to be, it's like most philosophy discussion, it's just kind of masturbatory at best. I mean, what's that?
I chubbed up a little.
CrossFit police, they're going to come to my garage. I mean, until they're knocking on my garage door and telling me, hey, we're going to take that card away. I'm not too worried about it. So
I mean this with 100% sincerity. This is with zero excuse. If you have me do some movements and I can't do them, that let's say some dance movements, right? And I'm failing at them. Let's say you're like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to moonwalk and I'm failing. That means I'm learning. If I'm not failing, I'm not learning. I remember hearing Serena Williams go off on this. Like, you have to be failing in practice. Those 5 years that you did that, the last 5 years have to be great for you because there were so many challenges that you overcame that you had to have only have gotten better. I'm not even trying to like fluff it, but it had to have been great. Looking back, you're like, fuck yeah, we did the one with COVID. Fuck yeah, we did the one without Dave. Fuck yeah, we did the one with a transition of CEOs. It's like, we did it. We do it.
Yeah, I lose sight of that, if I'm honest, because it's just always like, all right, well, what's the next thing? And your head's down kind of working towards that. And I don't know that that's necessarily positive. It's positive that like, yeah, we're always, okay, we're looking forward, but on a personal level, yeah, I think it would be good for me mentally to give myself the win. I'm pretty self-critical and I'm pretty like not one to be proud of things. And it would probably be in my best interest to acknowledge that a little bit more. So I do appreciate you saying that. And like, I can look back on it intellectually and say, yeah, like we did overcome a lot. But
dude,
yeah,
there were 3 people basically running the games. You, Dave, Justin Berg. My opinion. You don't have to agree
with Tony back in the day.
But I mean, like rolling out of, let's say, 2018.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
And those were the 3. And I'm not discrediting.
J-Mac needs a shout in there too. He's truly unsung. I mean, there's so many unsung heroes behind the scenes, but he's definitely one I think that needs a.
And I apologize. I know that I'm sure that there's people I'm leaving, but just from my perspective, those were the faces of it. And then Dave gets fired, and then it's you and Justin Berg, and then Justin Berg takes some hits and he goes down, and it's like, holy fuck! Like, whether you wanted to or not, the outside world was like, hey, this shit's riding on the bars. And
I guess so.
And you got thrust into it.
Man, let me tell you something.
Not thrust. You were already there, but then you were exposed. Like the foreskin was pulled back, and there was Adrian.
Yeah. A couple things that you kind of make my thinking head towards. You're talking about how it's got to be like a growth 5 years just due to the challenge associated with it. Maybe that's true. But I do remember in 2020, actually, I remember having a lot of conversations with you when everything was kind of getting wild. But one of the things that I did during that time specifically, when like everything was going crazy, was I sat down and started just thinking about like, okay, what have I tried to actually reflect on my involvement and what I've done via CrossFit over the years. And that was the first time that I'd really done that. And then I tried to take that and think about it like, okay, how can I kind of summarize that? And what I came to the conclusion of that I think has helped a lot in the last couple of years was that like, you know, I have had a hand in this subculture in a lot of ways. Like, I'm not going to toot my own horn and say that I was so pivotal that it wouldn't have happened without me or whatever. But like, yeah, like I've been at the center of a lot of really cool stuff. And so regardless of what that looks like in the future, like, okay, if I get fired tomorrow or if I get promoted tomorrow or whatever, people love me on the internet or hate me on the internet, regardless of any of that, I have to believe that there's a place within this subculture for me to do the things that I'm going to do. And so that, I think, is something that I try to come back to when shit's getting hairy or just weird, or like I'm not quite sure what the navigation is. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, maybe it doesn't matter, because like I'm pretty confident that I've had an impact, and regardless of what happens next, like there will be a place for me within this culture. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. I do know what you mean, because I just spent 3 years chipping out a little spot for myself. I climbed up on a perch and chipped off a little piece of a cliff for myself that I can now sleep on. Like I got a good spot. So excited.
Yeah, the nest seems to be more and more padded every time, which is good.
Dude, it's plush.
Yeah.
It's getting like I have like cold and hot drinks now.
Both.
Yeah, it's got snacks and shit.
Yeah, I got snacks on my perch. It's like, you know, when your kid like builds a fort out of blankets, and next thing you know, he wants you to build one in a tree somewhere that has like electricity. You're like, easy, kid. Go back to the living room with your blanket and your pillows.
One step at a time.
Adrian, there was a point that I remember. I don't remember the exact year, but I'm going to say it was 2017. And I had heard it many times, but where I would hear Greg say to Dave or to a bunch of people, I do not want the games making money. I'm going to be so angry if I ever hear that the games is making money. I do not want it to be a money-making operation. And then at some point, I think...
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. And then
I knew that it wasn't expected to be, but to be explicit, that
it was very clear not to turn into a money-making operation. And then at some point, when the new CEO came in, the guy between Greg and Dave came in, it just flipped overnight. Like, just all of a sudden, literally, like on 1 second, it was like, don't make money. And then the next second, it was like, hey, this thing better make money. And now now it is, Don's very candid on these podcasts he goes into about the importance of it being a fiscally responsible event. But when I was at the event, I didn't see anything different. Like, when I was at the 2023 games, it seemed like as energized, as I never left. Souza's like, holy fuck, I can't believe how good I feel. It was like we were bathed. Great. It was like we went, like those people go to Sedona to sit under a rock to feel like that. We went to the CrossFit game.
You can definitely feel the energy. Awesome. Yeah.
Like we were cleansed. You're cleansed. Good. You get a spiritual enema. I can't really explain it. And you leave there just kind of, you all your faith is back.
I mean, that's a huge compliment, and I'm so glad that that's the case. I sort of feel that way. Mostly I just feel exhausted at the end of that week, but yeah, but I understand what you're saying. And I guess that's kind of the point I was trying to make earlier, is that, you know, financials aside, and I think a lot of those, you know, the business side of things, a lot of it goes unseen either way, because there's tons of operational costs that are crazy that people just, if they don't have experience with big events, they're just not going to be privy to it. And you know, they're just not going to recognize how expensive certain things are. And then on the other side, it's like, you know, sometimes I think we've been caught in the trap where we've done things a certain way for a while, and then the expectation is we keep doing it that way.
Right.
And then you step away from that thing, whatever it happens to be, and maybe it saves you X amount of money, and nobody really noticed anyway. And you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe that would have been a smarter business move 6 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think there's a lot more evaluation on that. And like, I get it. I think Don's very fair when it comes to that sort of thing about like, yeah, dude, like it can't be like this big anchor that's just pulling tons of funds and all of that. Like, yeah, it's got to make money. It's got to be responsible. Sure, I think that makes sense.
And it's not bugging you. You guys aren't like, well, fuck you. We were bratty and got to do whatever the fuck we wanted. Now it's not.
Well, I never got to be in that position where I got to do whatever I wanted. So
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's kind of business as
Well, it
usual
was
for
great.
me.
All right. Well, it was great. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry I brought that up.
It's all good. I mean, I got a lot of latitude, but it was never quite on that level.
All right. Projecting. I was projecting. I was a
Yeah.
spoiled little baby. Boz, will we ever see a 3 we were talking adult shit. Now you got to bring this kiddie shit in here. Boz,
It's that time, man. All questions about the open all the time.
Boz, will we ever see a 3 rep max, a bench press, and the CrossFit Games Open? For the
I
big
would
lift?
say never, but for the open, that's unlikely.
Not when you're alive, probably.
Well, I mean, maybe.
All right.
Hey, man, I threw bench in the quarterfinals a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tell me, how was it used in the quarterfinals? Refresh me.
we did the other total one year, which is the overhead squat, clean, and bench press. So it was a 1 rep max. So that was cool. And then we did it. I can't remember if it was last year. There was a rope climb bench press shuttle run, famously called the most boring workout by Mr. Rich Froning. Which
Oh yeah, that's
which
right. Hey, if you could be number 1 in something. Number 1 in
anyway,
something.
whatever. It's just funny, those types of like internet sound bites. But and then I feel like there's been 1 or 2 in online comp that we've done bench recently. And maybe for one of the Masters stages. I can't remember off the cuff.
You still get sore when you do bench?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, man, I get sore when I do pretty much everything. All I've been doing lately is like jujitsu. I have not been very disciplined on the CrossFit front.
How much jiu-jitsu have you been doing? More than twice a week?
Yeah, I try to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then
Nice.
if I can, there's an open mat on Saturday, but I haven't been very good about making that lately.
How long have you been consistent with that? You got 6 months under your belt, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Of jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
You mean like when did I start, or like how long?
No,
have I
like
been
just
doing
this
routine?
consistency, 3 days a week. How long you been doing that? Like consistent?
Oh, before the games, I was doing really well. So like the beginning of this year, I was running that schedule pretty consistently. I fell off in the summer months, and then I picked it up again. Probably trying to look at the calendar. Probably around September. Since then, I've been pretty good about that.
Damn, you see any body composition change from that?
No.
I
see a lot of my other aspects of fitness declining. If
Oh,
I'm honest
interesting.
about it. Because I don't do like as much CrossFit. But that's something I'm trying to be better about this year is to get back on a little bit more of a routine with CrossFit, so to speak.
Magnus Holmgren, Sevan, Boz agreed to join to talk about the behind the scenes not being interrogated. Oh,
I don't mind. I don't.
He knew.
Dude, come on, for Sevan, this is like pretty tame.
Yeah, I was surprised. I saw the gi behind you in like the practice dummy back there, and I was like, man, he must be either that's been sitting there collecting dust or he's been active.
Yeah.
J.R. Howell, I think this is regarding the bench. Mr. Bozman, good morning from J.R. Howell. Still never been at the games, Boz.
Good morning, JR.
I'm gonna.
That's a great point. That's an excellent
JR is
point.
not aggressive or a dick, but I'm gonna read this like he's a dick. Adrian, but it's never been at the games, dude. Twice at regionals, semis, Linda variations, but never at the games, bro.
Yeah, the 2018 Linda was still one of my favorite regionals. That was the year that we really
the last Linda was awesome too.
I like that
dude.
too. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Fuck, that was
that
awesome.
That heat of 20 where you get to see so many people, I thought was cool.
And the coverage murdered, dude. That was when they brought in the podcast cams, and they had Conway and Chase and Khalipa doing it. It was fucking nuts, dude. Khalipa was losing his mind. It was
he's
good.
a very enthusiastic guy.
Yeah,
it's good. It's always good to have him
Colton,
on the mic for that
and
reason.
Colton made that workout look like it's never. I didn't even know Linda could look like that.
Dude, yeah,
that was fucking nuts.
Oh,
they redefined the workouts in their almost like they go from like that's a strength workout, but not for Colton. It's a Metcon. I mean, it was fucking nuts.
Yeah, The 2018 year that we did that, I think that was Krenikov's real breakout year because he crushed the regionals that year, but then he couldn't make it to the United States. But I think that was like the first like real time that he was like in the limelight, and then he kind of had to take a backstage for a while until he could get over here.
Let's talk about Colton and Yellow Hosty for a second.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh,
what are
Isn't
those?
that awesome?
Are those legitimate contenders, or are those freak shows? Being let's talk like no one's actually listening. Let's just like me, like we're in your garage and you poured us a whiskey.
we are in my garage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
what is this phenomenon that is Colt Merton? Is he different than Dan Bailey and Josh Bridges, or is this just another short guy? He's 10 pounds heavier than fucking those guys.
Yeah, but he's also shorter than both of them, right? I would imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, objectively, no, he's not the same athlete,
I mean,
right? But
is he? Would you say he's a game staple now, or is it like every year, like, oh shit, is he going to make it through the semifinals?
Oh, I don't know, man. I think he's pretty established at this point, don't you think? Like,
yeah, I do. He's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, for sure. But
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You guys, wrong sport, guys. You go over and ride horses. You jockey, Colton the jockey, and Yella, you should do, I don't know, basketball.
Yeah, something.
And
I mean, hey, I hear you, and I do think it's true that like every sport, eventually, given a certain rule set, is going to attract a certain body type that's kind of optimized for that. Sure, but that doesn't mean that there can't be other people that can defy that and crush it. You know. So no, I mean, I think at this point, Yella, I think, is still a bit of an unknown. He had a rough season in 22? He was one of the people that he missed
some
a score
issues
submission.
with his video or something, right?
It was a score submission thing, and so his season got ended pretty early. I think it was at quarterfinals, I think, which is a real shame. You know what I mean? But great to see him back and kicking butt. Anyway, what my point is that I think he's a little like newer in that context, hasn't made it to the games as many times. But I think, yeah, dude, I mean, Colton's as established as anybody at this point.
Here's the thing with Yella, too, that he's doing that's weird. He's going to be pissed that I said this. I don't think of him as a CrossFit athlete. I mean, now I do, but I think of him as a crossover athlete. Like, you would think that the sport's so evolved that we wouldn't just see some dude swerve over into our lane and do as well as him.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean,
he's a judo guy, but world class, like best in the world kind of guy, but he's a judo guy.
Yeah, but I mean, a freak athlete is going to be able to make moves. You know what I mean? Like if you're a super high level, high percentage athlete in any domain, I think that you're going to have the built-in discipline, the work ethic, a lot of the natural tools, maybe not as expansively as you need to be successful in CrossFit, but like there's a lot that you've already got that I think makes that transition possible for some people. And like, you know, you got to want it. You got to be interested in that kind of training. I mean, it's not something you just fall into, but yeah, clearly it's possible. They're showing it.
One
thing I'll say about Mertens too. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, say it.
No, bring that back up because I'm about to kiss his ass too.
Yeah,
so.
Someone loves to kiss Colton's ass. That's for sure. I love to kiss all the athletes' asses. Any athlete that will let me kiss their ass, I'll kiss it.
What I see, and you know,
full disclosure, easy kiss for me, easy kiss.
I follow a lot of like what's going on in athletes training on a pretty cursory level. Like I don't have a ton of insight, but like every once in a while I'll come across stuff or whatever. And the one thing that does strike me about Colton that I think is really cool to see is that he, at least on the surface level, he really seems to do what you're supposed to do, which is like attack your weaknesses head on. Like you see that dude rowing and doing wall balls and like doing all the stuff that is not a shorter athlete's strong suit over and over and over again. And he doesn't, at least from what I can see, like lean into the fact that, yeah, dude, if he wanted to be just like the absolute barbell whiz, he could be, and that could be like his thing. And he could just kind of be that and make that his brand, so to speak. But that's not his game. You know what I mean? His game is like, okay, I have these things that are not as good for me. I'm going to lean in hard to these weaknesses and really pursue that. And I'm like, dude, I've heard that before somewhere, you know, talking about the level 1.
You're saying that he could go the Graciano route. The Wall Street weightlifter route.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And that's not a dig at Graciano either. Graciano's got other shit going on. Family, job, gym.
No, man, that guy's the
Yeah.
man. He's great.
Yeah. Colton's raises fucking wiener, the smallest dog in the world in pigs. He ain't got shit going on.
And we do see some athletes that do that find their lane, know that they can make it to the game with that one strength. They just exploit that one strength, get them as far as they could go. But I think Colton wants more. I think he wants to win it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. It's so fun to see. I think that's what makes sports so fun, right? And so compelling is that you have this mold of, you're like, well, I expect a champ to be X, Y, and Z. And then somebody else comes in and like takes a shot at that. And you're like, oh, wow, that defied my expectations. Awesome. That's fun to watch, you know?
Yeah, they're good people pleasers. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I just say that it's a crowd pleaser because everybody sees themselves in that a little bit. It's like when you see somebody come from like almost an impossible space to make it. Now he's been at the games 3 times, continuing to improve and get better and better. Like you root for those people because it's not just the 5'7" to 5'9" athlete at 195 pounds that's, you know, all around wins every year in a row. Yeah, it's cool to see those guys come up.
Rich had the ideal body. Fraser had the ideal skill set. That's interesting. I like the way it sounds.
Profound.
I love the way it sounds. Sean Lenderman, Colton really can do it all. People act like he's workout dependent and he goes out and slaps the workouts he's bad at. It's the running thing, man. It's still the running.
Oh, but I mean, how old is he? He's young, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, you ever had Beaver fever?
No. I mean, what, you mean like in college or what?
I don't even know what Beaver fever is. Beaver's like you got some bad beaver and you got a fever from it, or Beaver fever's like you're just obsessed with beaver. Like there's 2 ways to look at that.
I think it is a legitimate illness, Sevan.
I don't think I am taller than Colton. We went back to back. It's Beaver fever, horniness.
No, you can't look this. Dude, that's the Urban Dictionary. Come on, look it up. Right
it has Greg is spelled with 2 G's for crying out loud in there. What the fuck is that? No one spells it with 2
What
G's.
does Greg know?
Yeah. When I went to the enough about Colton. Let's go back to me. When I went to the games this year, I knew that it was vital that I had access to make the behind the scenes the way it was before. And I knew that it was vital that I didn't bring my insecurities to the table with just being away for 5 years. So I needed these 2 things to coincide. And no one there made it hard on me. You and the team and Dave and Becky, not Becky, Heather made that shit so fucking easy for me. Everyone greeted me with open arms. I pushed down all my insecurities and all my noise, and I had just 5 days of just unfettered access. More stuff with Bill and Katie than I'd ever gotten. I couldn't believe how much great stuff I got with Dawn, obviously with you and Dave and the athletes. But it was crazy special to me. It couldn't have gone any fucking better. Like 0.
That's great. I mean, I'm glad. I don't know what would have been in anybody's best interest to like be frictive about that process. You know what I mean? So like on that end of things, like I'm glad that you.
What's that mean? What's that mean? Frictive?
Like purposely trying to. Yeah. Like purposely trying to, I don't know, be combative or whatever. Like that just makes it.
Well, just trust. It's all trust. Everything's trust, right? And so like I'm doing these things on the frictive, denoting a type of consonant made by the friction of breath in a narrow opening. Oh, geez.
Well, there you go. I guess I misused that one.
No, it works perfect.
Oh, that's fricative.
Oh, well, that one works too. I like it. Like obstructing the airflow. Look at Caleb's over there being like, "What the fuck? Maybe you said it wrong, Adrian. Maybe you said it wrong."
Well, Adrian only goes by facts.
Oh shit! Here we go. Urban Dictionary. No.
This was Adrian. This is the official Beaver fever, not the Urban Dictionary. But
it's an intestinal and bowel illness. Yeah, with a parasite. That sounds like another kind of beaver fever.
That's a beaver fever.
That's like if you got bit by a beaver, like one of the ones that builds dams.
I think it's if you drink the beaver water.
You get parasites.
Interesting.
The things you learn.
Because of my relationship with the community or with the people at HQ, I could see it was just a trust issue. And so there were obviously enough people there vouching for me who were like, okay, don't worry. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. And it could have just been weird, or it could have been like, hey, he can't go here because we don't let anyone else go there. And I really appreciated it. I didn't, these things just kind of came together, but maybe I'm just making this up. Maybe that's why I feel even more impassioned to like share the knowledge of the L1, or to be a team player and push the open, or go above and beyond, because I received above and beyond there from HQ, like, but he's way above and beyond. I mean, you guys, I was allowed in the war room with the camera flying, interrupting people just like I had never left. So anyway, I appreciate
that's
it.
Great.
Yeah, you were great
right
to
on.
me. Yeah.
Well, I'm very there we go. Okay.
Frictive. Any increase in a substantive increase in friction or fiction. Oh, let me use that in a sentence here real quick. Hold on. Let me use that in a sentence. Can you go back to that? There was a nice
I don't
one
know if it applies to people. Maybe I used it.
No, it was great. A stone saw is not a saw at all. It's merely a piece of soft sheet iron with a blunt. Oh, never mind. Oh, fuck that. Oh, calculations stipulate the frictive or delaying force that hampers the motion of the projectile. Thomas Richards.
Like maybe you got grit in the barrel of your rifle,
And you used it like, hey, I don't know what would be any value of someone being a frictive component in your processes at the games. I like it. It works.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Dodged a bullet on that one. I thought maybe
sloppy Beaver.
What is that picture?
About is that referring to my use of the word frictive? Sloppy? Is that
sloppy Beaver? It lacks frictive. Needs more frictive.
I had something else in there I was gonna say, but I can't remember.
Eduardo Montero, everybody likes you, Sevan. Oh, good. Okay. I don't know if that's true. Wad Zombie said something really funny earlier. I wish I could remember what it was. That's why you always pee after sex. No grit in the barrel. Oh, is that true?
Yeah, that's medical fact right there.
Are you supposed to do that? Is there a health? Or is that just like don't swim when your stomach's full? Like just made up bullshit.
Yeah. Gentle suggestion.
Sounds like one of those things that just happens, and then people try to find a reason after.
There's this lady, Stephanie Price. She's the director of the teen competition, and she has a podcast. I think her podcast, it's called the Prodigies Podcast, and it's on it might be on Clydesdale Media.
Yeah, I think so. Stephanie rules, by the way. She is an awesome human being, and
oh, good. I was about to say a bunch of really bad shit about her. No, I wasn't. I was gonna say good shit about her too. I watched her podcast for the first time yesterday. She's incredible. I was gonna ask you, is she incredible as she presents on the podcast?
Yes.
She seemed cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't know her that well. Like I've run into her a few different places, a few different times, and we had the real privilege to go out to the pit teen throwdown at the end of this summer. And man, I'm telling you, both as like old schoolers and a fan of that kind of spirit, they've got it. Like it is so the right thing. Oh man, it's awesome. It's like the right amount of kind of grittiness, but professionalism, the right messaging for like the athletes at that age, where they're like, yeah, it's a competition, but at the same time, it's like, hey man, the experience and the growth that you're going to be exposed to by putting yourself through this experience, like that's where the real good stuff is. Like it's just the right mix of so many things for particularly athletes at that age, in my opinion. It's awesome. And Stephanie's a huge part of that competition. And yeah, dude, they have such a good thing going. So shout out to Brock and his whole team at Pitt. It's the coolest.
So what is her role? She's the director?
Not sure.
Okay, I think that's what she said in this interview that I saw that she did with Bella Martin, or maybe I looked it up on her Instagram, Stephanie Price. But
yeah, she's heavily involved with the pit, though, for sure.
And this is what I really locked in on. Two things. She said that working with HQ is awesome. She said the relationship is great. She's getting everything she needs. She said the communication's super high level. But she also said that she's seen the outfits for the 2024 CrossFit Games. Have you seen them?
I mean, I've seen some mock-ups.
You have? How are they?
Oh, great.
Who's the sponsor? Can you tell us? I heard it's going to be announced today.
Yeah, it is. It's the 4th today, right? Yeah, it'll be public
Mhm.
today. I can't. It's not my place to float it here.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
Do I know the president of the company? I heard I do.
It
I
is. It's
believe you
Hiller.
do.
It's Hiller.
I did it. I spoiled it. Sorry, everybody. It's Hiller.
It's
Matt,
Hiller.
we talked about this. We said absolutely
I
not.
couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold
Don't
it in.
bring
I
it
needed
up.
my moment. I needed my moment.
Yeah. But yeah, it's exciting. Anyway, I got to run here, guys. I have a friend who had a heart procedure recently, and he's back at home, and I've been trying to keep him as active as he can be and help out with that. So I'm going to go on a little walk with him while he's recovering. So
Hey, do I know
I gotta
him?
go. No, he's a friend of mine here in town.
Is he a camera guy? Is he a camera nerd?
No,
Okay.
you don't know him.
Okay.
I would be shocked if you knew him. He's a friend of mine as like nothing to do with my CrossFit life, you know.
Is he friends with Cariana?
No, not
Oh.
to my knowledge.
I had this guy on the show back in the day of the CrossFit podcast, and he had one of his valves in his heart changed to a pig valve.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Did your buddy get a pig valve?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Adrian, thanks for coming on, dude. You the man.
My pleasure, man. I appreciate you guys having me, and I'm excited to see the rest of the behind the scenes. Thanks for letting me take a peek.
Yep, we'll be sending you links before they come out. Thank you.
Cool. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.
easy.
Bye. No one else asked for that either. Don't be like, oh, you have them to send to Adrian. Send me one. Fuck you. Hey, someone's like, this seems a little steep. For pre-release, two things, and I say this with really as much kindness as I can. Don't buy it then, and then 2, how could it be steep if you don't know how much it cost?
Mm.
You don't know about the 8 people that had to fly out there, the hotels,
Equipment.
the months of editing. Like you have no idea.
All the
Stand
stuff
by.
that goes into it.
Caved Astro, incoming bitching from Sevan. Triggered. There was a movie, a TV show called Lost in Space, and the robot would go, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger." I need that audio.
You need the button. Yeah. It's $20, which breaks down to like two something an episode. Like,
Is it
okay,
even no? It's less than that. If
probably
it's
less than that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't fuck with broke folk. So wait till
Listen,
February when the
just
bread
wait.
drop off
I'm
the table and you
so
just
appreciative.
up.
I'm so appreciative of all the people subscribing. But the minimum, the behind the scenes product, I need to put it together. But minimum was 40,000. I bet you it's closer to 70,000, and like no one made money off it yet. So like no one should be like. I mean, it's awesome what you guys are doing by giving the money. You're just making it like, okay, it's gonna. It will be $40 because you're spreading it over 2 months, or you could wait another week and then not spread it over 2 months.
Oh,
and just get it for 1 month.
You can binge it all at once, and then
and also too,
or you could come over to my house and give me a handy. I'll give you a free link.
Standy. And here's the deal too.
Sevan was offering to sell it for sex, and we can't have him come back and do it next year because he was prostituting himself. Someone's gonna clip this and send it to HQ. He's prostituting himself for fucking views.
I see an email coming. I was gonna say too, this is like crowdsourced, like part, like we're investing into this so we could continue to do it. So not only are we trying to recoup some of the cost of it that it did just to get us out there to make it happen, but we're also hoping to do enough of it so then that way we could continue on into semifinals and hopefully into the games next year.
Yeah.
If the overlords give us their blessing and you guys continue to hold that membership, we'll be able to do more and more and more.
Well said. Look at this already. Look at.
Uh-oh. See, shit like this wouldn't happen if you guys crowd forced. The roadcaster would work. His mic wouldn't fall off.
So Hiller just sent me this audio file. So now can I copy that onto my roadcaster?
Yeah, you should be able to, right?
I think so.
Without doing it janky and pointing the mic at it?
That might involve a YouTube video to
I think
figure
the
it
other
out.
way to do it is using whatever those fucking hard drives are, and you just plug it into the roadcaster and you can upload it that way.
that makes sense.
I don't have a hard drive,
Oh.
so I can't do it. But
Oh,
that's what when I was trying to figure out how to do it. That's how you would do it otherwise.
you would need an external hard drive?
Right.
Oh, I'll send you one of those. Will you
Okay.
send me your address? Do you get mail at the Shadigan?
I do. I'll send you my address. I'll just send it right now.
Hey, so I'm gonna call Dallin Pepper right now.
Yeah. Did you see the text he put back to us?
Yeah. I'm really curious if he'll let us follow him at Wodapalooza. Dude, that would be fucking crazy. We don't need all of their consent. We just need his, right? Do you know who he?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's. I better not reveal who he's going to be on the team with unless it's not public. Let's see.
Yeah. If we don't know, we shouldn't say. But yeah, the rest of them are collateral damage if they don't say yes. You'll just accidentally get in the shot.
We want to try something new. We're following Colton the first 2 days, and then we need a team to cover. It's revealed. Oh, Kristen says it's revealed.
Oh, okay. Will said too.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Dallin.
Hey, what's up?
It's Sevan.
Oh, what's up? I didn't have your number. I don't know why I didn't have this number.
Oh, because it's the podcast phone number.
Oh, am I live?
Yeah, yeah, kind of. I haven't put you on the main mic yet. They could barely hear you. Can I put you on the show real quick?
Yeah, do it.
All right, let's do it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see. Are you there? Let's see. Dallin? Hello? Testing? I'll try again. Hold on, Dallin. Hold tight. This is the rookie hour here.
It might have sounded better before.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? God damn it. Why do I suck so bad? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
There
Yes.
it
Only
is.
30 seconds to connect. Hi.
Who's
Dallin.
on here?
Just me and Souza and Caleb and 410 listeners.
What's up, everybody?
Dallin Pepper, future CrossFit Games, CrossFit Games champion and future CrossFit Games champion. I want to put you on the spot with something, buddy.
Oh, dear. All right. It's early for this.
Is it public, your plans for Wodapalooza?
Yeah, I think they posted it yesterday.
Okay. So you're going to Wodapalooza and you're competing teams.
I am.
And you will be with is it okay if I say the gentleman's name you're going with?
Yeah.
You're going with the HWPO Wonder Kid Jason Hopper with a Y. That's stupid. He should change that. And Ricky Mack.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna have two people there following Colton for the first 2 days of individual, and then he's not going team. And we would
Gotcha.
really like to crawl up your ass for the next 2 days.
Dude, do it.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
You are cool with it? I'm
I
gonna start a text thread then with you and the two filmmakers. They're two of the people. They're so cool. It's a husband and wife, cool as shit. You're gonna love them. Bella and Patrick Rios.
And they worked with us on behind
Yeah,
the scenes at the games too.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
You don't feel any pressure just because I'm asking you in front of 400 people? You don't like I'm putting you on the spot?
I forgot 400 people were listening. I thought we were just having a nice conversation.
Awesome. just me, you, and the man upstairs.
Exactly.
All right, dude. I'm really, really pumped. Sorry for the late night. I know I was texting you like at crazy hours late last night, but it just hit me. I was like, oh shit, we should do. I bet you Dallin's doing team. And then this morning when you told me it was Ricky Mack and Jason with you, I was even more excited. I had no idea, by the way. I picked you without knowing that those two other fucking guys were going to be there.
That means a lot. That's a big deal, you know?
I
And
think so.
lucky for you, I think Jason and I are staying in the same Airbnb, so you can be all up his ass too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, dude. After the show, I'm going to start a thread with you and the filmmakers and Souza, and we'll stay in touch with you. And I think this is going to be wonderful. I really appreciate you giving the fans access.
Yeah, that'll be sick. Appreciate you guys.
All right, brother. You training today?
I just got done swimming. Now I'm just going to chill, do some sauna, plunge, hang out.
All right, dude. Thanks for answering. Good talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Down
Bye.
pepper shit. All right.
And that'll be for members only. So you guys better Yeah, you're not gonna see shit from this point forward unless you're a
Yeah.
member. All right,
I don't
Jay
think
Neely.
that's true, but yeah, you should think like
It's
that.
not true. But
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
not-
think it's for everybody. By the way, once again, you have to know this. The only reason why we're able to send 2 filmmakers to Wodapalooza is because of CA peptides. That is the only reason. Look at Rios is pumped. There he is, Patrick Rios. Dude, how stoked are Jason? If you haven't met Patrick Rios and his wife Bella, they are cool as shit. They are like fun people. And how stoked are Dallin and Jason and Ricky Mac that they're going to get to hang with them? Like
yeah,
they're going to be like, there's probably some apprehension like, oh, what if we got some fucking douchebag? But then they end up getting like someone like CPT from Training Think Tank. You know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
cool as shit.
yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. You think you're gonna like you get there and you get fucking Gary Roberts. You're like, fuck, the dude's 6'3" and doesn't shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? But instead you get like Rios and his wife and you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I'll never live that down.
I see it.
Hey, the only thing worse than that was one that nobody will ever see unless Caleb has it on his phone and decides to upload it at some
Oh yes.
So when I got like pinched to that position to interview her again and
good.
she didn't run away, if you guys were to ever see that, you wish she would have ran away. That was the fucking worst thing.
I'm so
Oh.
flattered that Dallon's gonna let us do this.
Dude, it's gonna be so cool. And what a cool team to follow. Like Jason, him, and Ricky Mac. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's gonna be cool.
Souza trying to interview Sarah is what we were talking about. Poor Souza.
Yeah,
Sarah got injured at Wodapalooza, and Souza walked up to Sarah Sigmund's daughter, and she panicked and ran away, and it was awkward. It wasn't bad. It was just awkward. Corey Leonard, I need an official members only jacket as part of my membership. I really want a CEO jacket where the CEO goes across the zipper, but I guess it's really expensive. Excuse me, and hard to do. Jake Cook, what's the deal with peptides in the US? Are they being made illegal to buy soon? I hope not. I just subscribed for a year. I just dropped $1,000. I want to show you how this is probably the nicest thing that's happened in 24 hours to me. If you could go over to my Instagram, Jake Gazan sent this to me last night. It made me blush. It's a candid moment in the kitchen between Jake and Alex Gazan. Crazy, impressive creature, that Alex Gazan. And so this is his living room. This is a 7-second clip, and he sat down to watch the behind the scenes, and he sent me this clip, and it feels pretty candid to me. Here we go.
Alex, get your ass over here.
Jake, I'm starving.
Alex, get your ass over here.
Jake, I'm starving.
I just love her. Look how quickly she realizes the joke's on her. What? God, he's stoked, isn't he?
Yeah.
What a fucking cool chick she is. I just love it too that she's got to eat. I got to eat.
I'm starving.
God, Judy
It's probably
Rita,
like
that was funny.
8:30.
Alex is the best. Oh, she's so. Don't you just want to go over and give her a hug after she does that? She's so funny too.
Mhm.
I'm starving. And you know she really is. She probably like, you know what I mean? She just fucking burnt 4,000 calories doing something. She's got to like pulling into the gas station, the engine sputtering. All right. Sorry that we moved the show, guys, last night. I had overcommitted to too many things. Oh, we have Kyra Milligan on tonight.
Mhm.
That's cool. It's 6:30.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever spoken to her. I don't think I've ever met her.
You'll like her.
Is she the one who did she do the thing with the cross-dressing CrossFitters in Australia? Like
Those were very
the
well
Titan
thought out.
Games? What's it called?
Uh,
What was it? Did she do
costume?
gladiators there where they dressed the men up as girls?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
think
Is that
think
her?
so.
so.
No? Oh,
She's
who is that?
American.
Oh, she is? Oh, who am I confusing her with?
No,
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh. There was some Oh fuck, Paul's here. Does Paul always show up at 8?
He shows about the same time every day.
How old is Paul? Does anyone even know who Toucan Sam is? Gee, Sev, why do you look like Toucan Sam with this? Was this a personal choice? Do you know who Toucan Sam is? Do you guys know who he is?
Yeah,
I know
of
who
course.
he is. Oh, you guys do? Oh, okay. I thought that was just my generation.
I don't know. I think I do.
He's
Yeah,
a
I do.
serial. Yeah.
Just follow your nose.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that bottom left one is him.
No, that's like
Imposter.
it's like a
Yeah.
Chinese Toucan Sam.
It's the knockoff.
I wonder if the
Knockoff
LGBTZs have stolen Toucan Sam. They got a butt slammer Sam.
Butt
Oh.
slammer.
Kellogg's redesigns Fruit Loops mascot. Oh, please go fuck yourself. That's the psychedelic Sam. I wasn't offended, Paul, until I saw that he's got they got LSD fucking Sam. Fuck that. You guys know why Kellogg's cereal was invented?
So dude, stop jerking it. Is that true though? Was that really true?
Yeah, the dude's a huge proponent of anything that would stop masturbation, including he was the doctor that pushed circumcision.
Well, you know,
That's
did you watch that video that somebody sent in the chat this morning? Apparently, we need to be cupping each other's balls and staring.
Oh,
at each
that's
other's
an
eyes.
incredible video.
Yeah.
That's an incredible video.
That's hilarious.
Pull it up.
That is hilarious. Hey, you know what? I made a joke to Kyra at the Wodapalooza last year. Like I was hurrying to get to our my location up in the warm up area.
Was she on the demo team? Or is she an athlete?
No, not the games. Wodapalooza. She was competing. She was a
okay,
competing individual. And as we came in through the side where like athletes and media get to go in, they didn't have a bag check there before, but then they did as it got, busier. And she puts her bag up there, and I turn to the security and I go, "Hey, you need to really check her bag." But I said it all seriously because I thought we were kind of homies. Like I had time with her in Vegas and stuff. And she turns and she's like, "No." And then she's like, do you know who he works for? You need to check his bag.
You
I was
should have
like,
said she has
"Oh,
a dildo in there that's really a gun.
I was like, oh man, maybe we weren't on that level. Sorry.
A very good point, Jedediah. Jedediah says that soccer was invented to stop masturbation too. Where is it? That's why soccer was invented. Yeah, all right.
That and the new CrossFit Games logo.
Sevi, have you ever had a parrot on your left shoulder? Have you ever had a parakeet on your right shoulder? Stick out your tongue. Bet you've had a cockatoo. I bet you've had a cock or two.
It's like a UK joke we don't get here in America.
Yeah. All right, I get it. Somehow
Gotta
there
throw
was
the
at
accent
the
on
end
it.
of that. Somehow there's a dick in my mouth. I understand the sentiment. I'm not sure how it got there, but
Yeah.
not even drinking this morning.
Like Caleb said, you need to have the accent for that one to hit. Otherwise-
Okay, let's see this fucking video you were gonna pull up. This video is crazy.
Reason why they make us cover our private parts and even call them our private parts. They're actually called our sacred parts, according to my friend Lion, and I 100% agree. When a man sees the well-developed manhood of another dude, his testosterone naturally rises, especially if that man is stroking his hummus cannon and the guy watching is also doing the same without releasing the semen. That's why they shame it so much. A society full of big, strong men with high testosterone being bonded in a state of camaraderie, dropping competition, dropping comparison, feeling a sense of camaraderie and communion through the testiculum is a threat to the matrix.
Can we pause here 1 second? Okay, so he's saying that we wear clothes because that if we saw each other naked, there would be staring at each other's hummus cannons. I'm assuming that hummus is a simile for ejaculate. He's saying that I'm following, right? That we should have them out. Up until this point, I'm pretty agnostic on the whole thing. I'm like, okay, you got my attention. I'm flowing with them. Okay. And I'm okay because fucking I'd love to have my hummus cannon out. But here it gets a little squirrely here in a second. Okay. So far, so good. Here we go.
So get those dicks out, boys. Show them to your bestest bros consensually. Cup each other's nuts. Sniff each other's taints.
Yeah.
This-
What? How did we go from my nose? How did it go from me just fucking wagging my fucking hummus cannon around to now I got to cup someone's nuts and sniff their taint?
It's about communion. You guys haven't tried this before?
Do you want high testosterone or not?
Yeah.
Start cupping some nuts, buddy.
You want a 225 bench or not, Sevan?
Oh shit! Did you write that the mini dog thing?
No.
Oh, that's Rios.
I know you're talking
Oh,
about. That's Rios.
we got to get on the call with Rios.
Yeah.
Hey, because we need to send him stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you might need to go to the post office today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we should call Rios after this show. Do you have time?
Yeah. Oh, well, let's chat on my way to Hayward.
Okay.
Hey, Stack.
All right. All right. Oh shit! I just lost the screen. Can you guys see me?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm back.
Yep.
Okay. When I lose the screen, you guys don't lose me. All right. Okay, guys. That's it for the show today. Just a little quickie, ins and outsy. We'll see you tonight. 6:30.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul.
Just like what's
you
moving
maxed
this small guy?
out you maxed out your jokes for the day. Thank you though. Oh, private message in here. Oh. Episode 2. Can you believe we're only on episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2 for behind the scenes is coming out Monday. Is it Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll let it out Sunday.
Oh,
Maybe
just
maybe we'll
switch
just be
it
like,
up.
fuck you guys.
yeah. Well, who needs a fucking schedule? This is
Yeah.
about constantly varied. Okay.
Look, there's nothing scheduled on the 7th. I don't see anything on my calendar.
Nothing.
Yeah, maybe
Wide
maybe we just let it out Sunday morning.
Let's do it and then do a show right after or what?
Yeah, maybe we do that.
Do like
fuck
a 6
That's
a.m.
gonna freak.
release.
Will's gonna freak out.
Will rolls with the punches. He's
Yeah,
like,
because Monday we have OPT James Fitzgerald, the first CrossFit Games champion, and then Miranda Alcaraz in the evening. What a busy day Monday.
yeah.
Good thing we left the week open for Wodapalooza.
Was
Oh,
that
but that's it. Then we're done.
was that sarcastic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you eating that words a little bit as you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And our Thursday's gonna switch too, so we're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
We're good.
Souza didn't like that. He's like, hey, listen, I'm in charge of the schedule. Shut the fuck up. Drake Siemens, thank you. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll do maybe Sunday's better. Let's discuss that in our meeting we have after this too.
Cool.
Dude, Wodapalooza. Mini documentaries on Colton, Dallin, Ricky Mack, and Jason Hopper. All
Dude.
behind the paywall for an extra 2 weeks to keep members.
Shh, don't say that part out loud. Yeah. Free at some point for everybody.
Tyler Boswell. OPT should be interesting. I want to heal my OPT got squirrely last time. I just want to heal it up.
Oh man, caller. So scary.
Here we go. Last word of the day. Mr.
Hey.
Birchfield. Hey, what's up, buddy?
So you posted on my
Yeah, I
So you
regret
posted
it. I
on my
regret it. I wish
IG
I could
about-
take it back. I'm going to go erase it right now.
what? Doing 300.
Are you going to do 300? You going to do 300 air squats for time?
Yeah, I'll do them today.
Okay, I'll do mine too today. Hey, my wife can do it in 10 minutes.
All right.
I've done it a few times. I've never broken 10 minutes. I'll tell you that.
All right, so that's our goal time, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So wherever you are at 10 minutes, maybe look at see how many you're at. I think one time I was at like 240 at 10 minutes. One time I was like at 270. And I never stop. My wife takes breaks and she still gets 300 in 10 minutes. I don't know. She's just faster than me.
So do you want to partition it or do you want to straight
And
going?
I ain't telling you my technique.
All right, brother. I just wanted to call in and ask you about that.
All right, cool. Today, me and Jeffrey Birchfield, 300 air squats for time. Actually, that was inspired by Andrew Hiller. Andrew Hiller actually gave that wife gave that to my wife. He actually gave Caleb, please don't. He gave that workout to my wife. Max air
Cool.
squats in 10 minutes.
I think I remember that.
And she's kind of switched it to 300. Just do 300 air squats as fast as you can.
All right. Sound like a party.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for calling.
All right, later.
Bye. All right, guys. See you later. Bye bye.